Go.
First round playoff football game.
Turn this on.
Tonight's game features the Knights of Academy Park High School.
How about now? Do you hear everything now?
Grinding my gears here, Jake. Grinding my gears, brother. I'd say worse, but I'm not allowed to because there's people around. But you are heat up because this isn't plugged in.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to fix.
Yes. So you have to plug it in.
It was plugged in.
It wasn't.
And now you turn your attention to the fourth end zone. Head coach Jason Roszewski and his 2022 Academy Park squad. We will be announcing the starting lineup for the night. Starting at offensive line, number 50 senior Mohammed Kamara. Offensive line, number 63 senior Jared Felder. Offensive line, number 72
For Upper Dublin Cardinals football. All right, here we go. Jake Levine. I'm with Cole Jack Ambrose here tonight.
Testing 1 2. Hello, my name is Jack Ambrose. Might be a little too loud. Am I too loud? Am I too loud?
And now walking out towards midfield, we have the captains for tonight's game. For Academy Park, number 2, Dennis Winter. Number 3, Taquan Cuff. Number 7, Terrence Oliver. From Upper Dublin, number 2, DJ Thursday. Number 9, Colin O'Sullivan. Number 50, Ryan Hackett. Number 56, Kyle Putnam. The Knights of Academy Park will receive and defend the South End zone. Now, ladies and gentlemen,
what we have this for.
to honor America. If you are willing and able, we
you can
ask
play.
that you please rise. Remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem. The anthem will be presented tonight by Trey Young. Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hello and welcome to Upper Dublin High School, where playoff football will begin. It's the Upper Dublin Cardinals versus the Academy Park Knights. Upper Dublin went perfect in the regular season and come into today's game ranked near the top of the 5A division, I should say, in high school football. Depending on where you look, they're anywhere from 4-1. But to go further, they want this team to win a state championship. And to do that, you got to get past Academy Park. This team has been very, very tough throughout the year. There's been close games. There's been very far games. But what we do know is their offense runs through number 7, Terrence Oliver. Jake, do you have a report on him?
Yeah, I mean, he's really the heart and soul of this Academy Park team. 1,500 yards, pretty much all on the ground. He's averaging 153 a game. And I will say this about this Academy Park team. Their record says 3-7, but this is a pretty good football team. They don't get blown out often. This is going to be a good measuring stick for the playoffs for this 10-0, 6-0 Upper Dublin team, ranked 20th in the state by Max Preps, and a lot of other computerized number systems have them around 20. So this is a really good football team.
Academy Park were 2-2 in the Delaware Valley Conference. Upper Dublin obviously perfect in the Continental Conference. They got sole possession of the Continental Conference Championship. To kick off Pendleton, playoff football begins now. Ball is going to be caught at around the 10-yard line, trying to bring it up, finding some room, and brought down right at the 29-yard line. That's where the ball will be for Academy Park.
So we're going to get a start look at Oliver on offense. You were just talking about him. Number 7 really is the heart and soul of this team. We're going to see how he fares up against this Upper Dublin defensive line. Really the unsung heroes. Everyone talks about UD running the ball, throwing the football, even their pass defense. But this run, they've got a lot of big guys on this defensive line. They're aggressive. You're going to see they get after it early and often here, trying to get after this running game.
Quarterback for Academy Park, Fields. He's thrown 3 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, but obviously this offense runs through Terrence Oliver. Man in motion. Now he's going back out, and it's going to be a fumble on the first snap. Rushing towards the ball is Fields. He's going to fall on it. Still a fight for the football. Who has it? Looking at its Upper Dublin ball at the 5-yard line. Fireworks to start this game, a la Super Bowl at MetLife.
Well, first play from scrimmage, and you've got a bad snap over the head, and then Upper Dublin, even though it looks like the quarterback's going to be able to fall on it, they stay with the play, and in the end, it's more bodies that are there that are able to get the football, and Upper Dublin looking at potentially 6 points on the board before a minute has gone by.
Colin O'Sullivan has been excellent this year. 24 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions, 4 total turnovers for him, 2 on the ground. But don't look past this Upper Dublin running game either. They have been dominant. Over 1,000 yards by McIntyre in only 8 games. It's going to carry right over the middle. Dominic Payon is not going to get into the end zone.
Still pretty good run there by Payon, able to pick up a few yards there, get closer for a second down. playbook is open here as Upper Dublin looks to take a huge advantage, take a possession lead, and a touchdown lead.
Dominic Payon, really the power back of this offense, became really the number 2 back after Tawfiq Bartlett went down with an ACL injury. Now in is going to be Nafis McIntyre in at fullback. Right behind him, they're in the power I formation. Usually we see them in the T form, and that's going to be a false start on the offense. As I was saying, usually we see them in the T form. They're going to show a little different of a set today, going with the power I.
Yeah, this is something we don't really see from them. They love that T formation, as you were saying. I want to go back to Dom Payon, though, the sophomore, who really has settled in to, I mean, McIntyre still is the 3-down back, but Payon has had a lot of touches. They're starting with him here. And what Coach Stover's really done on the offensive side of the ball is pick a player that he wants to emphasize. He emphasized McIntyre one week. He emphasized his new guy, Star Reeves. He emphasized Shine Roberts. It looks like here he wants to get to Payon early and often.
Roberts in the backfield. Man in motion is Reeves. The pass by O'Sullivan. Steps up. Fires. Incomplete. But there's a flag.
Gonna say the defender got there early, messed up Griffin Pensavine making the catch. I don't have a problem with the call. It did come in perhaps a tad early.
It looked like a pass interference, so it'll be 1st and goal now. Ball moves halfway closer to the end zone, not a spot foul. That was intended for Griffin Pensavine. Pensavine, the leading receiver and touchdown getter for Upper Dublin. I believe he had 8 receiving touchdowns on the season.
7 receiving touchdowns, but 600 yards through the air. He's averaging about 57 yards a game. He really is a great player for Upper Dublin.
Cerisier in the slot. Pensavine at the bottom of your screen. 2 running backs in the formation, 1 at fullback. Pistol strong formation. It's going to be a pass. Hitch route. Caught. DJ Cerisier. Touchdown.
Yeah, a little bit of a hitch route there against the off coverage. It'll work every time when you're so close. And all Cerisier has to do is just sit down and make himself available to the quarterback. O'Sullivan goes through his progressions, finds the open man. It's 6-0 Upper Dublin, about to be 7-0 pending the PAT. And Upper Dublin has jumped fast to start these playoffs.
Upper Dublin taking advantage of the early turnover, now trying to make it a 7-point game. Johnson to hold. Pendleton to kick. Snaps clean. Kick is up, and it's a low liner that's through the uprights. Upper Dublin up 7-0 here with 10:39 left in the first quarter. Upper Dublin to kick off for the second time today. First one was an okay kick down to the 10. We have seen 2 touchbacks this year, although we could see a third now as Pendleton is going to be able to kick the ball at the 45-yard line. There was a roughing the kicker there, which would be enforced here on the kickoff. Academy Park is not afraid to get scrappy with their opponents. Austin Pendleton, senior, first year as the kicker of the football team. Came off an ACL injury wrestling in 2020. Now here on the football team, doing a very good job as kicker. Took a little bit to settle in, but since then he has been money. And the kick is up, and it is through the uprights. Touchback. Ball goes out to the 20, I believe, here in high school.
Yeah, the differences between high school, college, and the NFL. We talk about it every week, but
as Jake was saying, we talk about it every week. The differences here in high school, touchback is at the 20-yard line. College in the NFL, it's at the 25. Let's see if this Academy Park team can do a little bit better job on their second possession. Upper Dublin's front four. They're showing blitz, pressing with the defense. It's going to be a carry to the wide receiver on the jet sweep, trying to find room, goes out of bounds after around a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, we get a little bit of a positive play there for the Unites, and he's able to get outside, and he's able to create a little positive yardage there. Didn't fully set the edge, but able to pick up some nice yardage, and probably a good tone-setting play after the turnover to start the last drive.
This Academy Park team is like a YouTube offense in NCAA Football 14. A lot of option plays, a lot of wide receiver motion, trying to create motion on the defense to get good matchups. You're not going to see the ball flying in the air too much. Once again, in the gun, it's going to be a play action. Pass is going to be caught, and there's going to be some yardage after. First down.
Nice little play there for Academy Park. Their offense starting to settle in here after the turnover. And you know what? They're going to move the football, and Upper Dublin, they have not had trouble moving the football. We talked about Oliver with his 1,500 yards. They really haven't had too much trouble on offense. The problem has been really their defense. They get into some shootouts, but they do play you close. And Upper Dublin is certainly anticipating a good game. Even though 10-0 versus 3-7, it is going to be a close playoff game.
Once again now, it's going to be a carry right over the middle, and it's going to be a stop. Clock at 10:20 left here in the first quarter. Upper Dublin 7-0. There was a fumble on the first offensive snap for Academy Park. Upper Dublin recovered it. They then passed it into the end zone on 3rd and goal. O'Sullivan to Cerisi, a classic connection this year. And now Academy Park with a chance on offense, moving the football, and they're moving it efficiently. The thing with Upper Dublin, this Upper Dublin defense, is you cannot go backwards. If you go backwards, they pretty much have you. I've not seen a 3rd and long conversion this year on Upper Dublin.
Yeah.
Once again, man in motion. Run over the middle, running through defenders, falling forward, and it's going to set up 3rd and short.
I want to talk about a phrase, and you kind of alluded to it a second ago there, staying ahead of the sticks on offense. If you get behind the sticks, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 8, Upper Dublin eats you alive. You have to stay in front of the sticks. This is something that Academy Park has shown that they're well studied. They will do this. They're running the ball, 2nd and 7. 3rd and 2. These are all much more manageable situations. This is the only way you can move the ball against Upper Dublin with long, methodical drives. 3rd and 11, they have you all day.
Offset gun, 2 wide receivers stacked. It's going to be a pitch outside, trying to find a hole. Big hit, but I believe that is past the sticks.
Yeah, stays in there even after the hit. Make sure he leans forward for first down yardage. 2 first downs here for the Knights, and they are starting to move the ball here.
A key for the Knights is going to be continuing to pick up first downs, but controlling the clock. If Upper Dublin gets on offense, that is a very bad prospect for the Knights. If they're able to hold a lead and get on offense, Upper Dublin, they can attack you from all angles. They can be quick through the air or methodical on the ground. The clock has to be controlled by the Knights. They need to have the time advantage after this game.
They have to shorten this game, right? With running play, like you've kind of seen them, short passes. You can't let Upper Dublin elongate.
Play action, screen, sack. They wanted the bubble screen. It was not open, and that's a sack for Upper Dublin.
I like the call there by Academy Park going for the bubble screen. Again, it's a high percentage play that picks up yards and keeps the clock moving. But good awareness by the Upper Dublin defense there to stay on the screen. And once the screen's gone, it's very hard to find anybody else as the quarterback. It's really a one-read play. And the result there is a sack. It's a loss of 4 yards. And we just talked about getting behind the sticks. Upper Dublin will eat you. Here you go. They're behind the sticks on 2nd down.
2nd and 14. 8 minutes left in the first quarter. Quarters in high school are 12 minutes. It's going to be a draw right over the middle. And that's Niles Bun McNeil swallowing the play up.
Yeah, we talk about the importance of 2nd down, especially 2nd and longer than 10, because you got to make it 3rd and medium at the very least. It's not the case here. Upper Dublin is smart to anticipate the draw play, and Bud McNeil is able to get in there and make the tackle. It's 3rd and 13 now, and you just talked about how often do 3rd and 13s get converted against this red and black group? Not often.
Essentially 0. Coach Sowers here. He's going to make the call defensively. He is the defensive coordinator. Once again, they're going to go stacked up. 2 wide receivers offset to the bottom of your screen. Rolling out to his left. Pressure coming. Trying to find a man. Shot deep down the field. Incomplete. 4th and long.
I love the call from Coach Sowers to bring the blitz there. It's not often you'll find coaches at the high school level who are willing to bring 5-6 guys on 3rd and long. They want to drape the field because especially at the high school level, when you drop 7 or 8, it's hard to complete a pass. But not Coach Sowers. He's not afraid to go after this quarterback and force the issue defensively. This is something that gets talked about. Very Wink Martindale-esque. They will blitz you when they need to. And right there, Coach Sowers showing he's not afraid to bring the heat.
Star Reeves and Dan Johnson back to receive the punt. Academy Park, snap, punt, no real pressure. Johnson to get it. He's going to try to find room down the sideline. He gets off one tackle, and now a gang of tacklers push him out of bounds. Upper Dublin to start with the ball at the 45-yard line. They got a touchdown last drive, up 7-0, 7 minutes left in the first quarter. They're going to start with it around 45, and Upper Dublin now, usually on the second drive is when we see the big plays shots by Upper Dublin, but really there was no first drive. First drives for Upper Dublin, they usually try to get the tone set on the ground, so I expect to see a lot of Nafis McIntyre out of the gun or the pistol strong.
Yeah, I agree with that. Right here, already lining up in that IU formation you were talking about here. An IU handoff to Nafis McIntyre, something of that sorts out of the gun would not be surprising here.
It's going to be an outside zone. Trying to find some room is McIntyre. Good defensive pursuit. Going to leave him to a 3-yard carry.
Yeah, nice play there. You talked about it. Upper Dublin not too concerned with the carry right now, but they're winning and they want to kill clock. This is something that Upper Dublin's offense has been extremely capable of at times throughout this season. They will run the football and they will kill clock and shorten the game on their terms.
6 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Student section full, fans full as well. Academy Park, it's a bit of a hike here, not as full, but still out to support their players. They're going to move a man in motion. That's Shine Roberts. Now bouncing it outside, cutting back in. One cut back, Nafis McIntyre showing why he's deadly. First down, Upper Dublin.
Yeah, cuts it up and just moves the sticks there. There's no better way to say it. That's a tough 8-yard carry right there. He stays it completely inside the hashes the whole way home, and he makes sure he knows where that first down is. Keep the sticks moving there. Great run by Nafis McIntyre. We've been saying Marshall Falk-esque. I mean, you can just see it in the way he runs. Power and quickness. That's what he combines.
And that is, Jake's not someone to give comparisons out lightly.
No, I'm really not. But the power and quickness combination is really what's striking for me.
4-3 defense for Academy Park. O'Sullivan going to pass. It's incomplete. A little off target with DJ Cerisier.
Yeah, perhaps not just on the same page there. Cerisier looked like he wanted to go a little further to the outside than O'Sullivan might have placed it there. A little bit of danger, but it's going to fall harmlessly for second down.
Second down and 10. Ball on the 44-yard line of Academy Park. They're looking to make a big defensive stop here, get their offense back out, and only be a one-possession game. A little bit of defensive confusion. O'Sullivan going to take the snap, give it off to McIntyre. Quick burst out of the backfield. Still up, McIntyre, pushed out after a first down at the 30-yard line.
So I want to kind of talk about the difference between quickness and speed when it comes to football. Quickness referring to cuts and then getting upfield. Speed referring to getting away from people. What Nafis McIntyre has is quickness. You said quick up the hit. Once he finds a hole, he's quick through it, and then he gets to the outside quick. And then even though he's not as fast as some of the other backs, he's already in a great position to pick up the yardage he needs, and it's a big first down.
Once again, Upper Dublin coming out in the pistol strong. They've been most effective on this drive out of the run. We'll see if they stick with it. Off coverage. 4-4 defense, play action. Just going to take the little dump off to Shine Roberts. He's going to have some room, and he's going to get a solid gain there. Great call on the off coverage.
Yeah, and even though it's going to go down as a pass, it's kind of what offensive coordinators like to call long handoffs, right?
Andy Reid handoff.
Yeah, it's the Andy Reid handoff, where you're finding ways to make handoffs a little longer and in more space. So it still feels like a handoff, even though the ball's in the air. There's really no chance for it not to be complete.
Shine Roberts coming off the field. He looks okay, though. Just getting a quick drink. O'Sullivan. It's going to be a run. Once again, McIntyre cuts. Trying to find room. First down.
2nd and 1, whole playbook open. You think maybe shot play. No, Upper Dublin's not too concerned with scoring right now. They're really concerned with kind of just getting maybe to the end of the first quarter and then scoring. 14-0 at the end of the first quarter is really dominating fashion, and Upper Dublin offensively has completely dominated this drive. We talked about rushing, long handoffs in the passing game. Nothing really too downfield except for that one incompletion.
4 minutes left in the first quarter now. Once again, power I, receivers to the weak side of the field. Looking O'Sullivan, going to fire quickly. Cerisier trying to get past defenders, weaves past a few, solid gain, going to bring him within the 10-yard line.
Yeah, nice little call there, a little out route into the flat, nothing crazy. Maybe just 2 steps and he's out there. A little bit of a block from the outside receiver, and Cerisier is able to pick up great yardage from it. From Academy Park is really lending itself to, we talk about this long handoff, these short passing game, really important here when you go into zone D.
Another run now, McIntyre cuts it in, trying to find room, not going to be able to. Third down.
No, second down there.
Second down.
Cerisier did pick up the first. But finally, this defensive line for Academy Park kind of saying enough, right? I mean, Nafis McIntyre has really run the football effectively against them on this drive. But finally coming up with a big stop there, probably going to force Colin O'Sullivan to do it from the pocket again for the touchdown.
2nd and 7. Upper Dublin trying to make it a 2-possession game. Big man Juju Campbell in at fullback. Man in motion, Pensabine. Run once again. Play action fooled me, and it's caught for the touchdown.
I don't think it just fooled you, CJ. I think it fooled the entire stadium. But that was a really nice play there, finding Zamborski there for the touchdown. He's just able to get it in there, and everyone's thinking how well they've run the ball, that it's going to be a run play. Lets Zamborski kind of find that soft spot in the defense and comes up with a touchdown on the inside for it.
O'Sullivan to Zamborski. 2nd passing touchdown of the game, 26th on the year for Colin O'Sullivan. Snaps good, holds good, kicks good. 14-0, Upper Dublin leads.
How many viewers?
My kids were in 5th grade, but he was big kids. He played up and started both ways. Real kids. I had all their kids except for Matt. He's downtown.
It has been less explosive for Upper Dublin offensively, but still the same result. 14-0 they lead, and a little bit of confusion or
I think
trickery.
it was dramatics. I'm not quite sure.
Well, whatever it was, now a normal kickoff. Fielded around the 6-yard line, trying to find some room now. Upper Dublin is going to bring him down at around the 30. So once again, an opportunity for Academy Park on offense.
Feels like a big drive for them, right? Because even though they did move the ball on the last drive, they still came up with no points. So I think this is an important moment here for the Knights. You can't let this get out of hand, because if you give this ball back without scoring again, they start running the ball with McIntyre, you could be down 21-0 looking up second quarter.
It's very hard with these running offenses to come back quickly. It's because the probability of you getting a big run comparative to a big pass, if you're a passing offense or a running offense, the big pass is a lot more likely. It's going to be a play action. Looking, evading pressure, fires, intercepted. Dompeon, 5th of the year. He leads the team. Now, there is a flag. We'll see. I think it was on the offense.
Yeah, I think you're going to get an offensive hold just on that right side based on where it came in from. A little bit of action there. Yeah, that's going to be the call. Holding on the offense is going to get declined, and the Cardinals are going to come out up 14 with the football when we come back.
And that's who you're leading. That's who you're leading. Are you kidding me? But I used to be a Republican committeeman here. It's funny. I stopped being it after Trump's election.
.229 left in the first quarter. Upper Dublin 14-0. They've gotten 2 turnovers forced on Academy Park. Academy Park going to come in on a 4-3 defense. Don't be surprised if Upper Dublin goes for the big kill shot here on first down. O'Sullivan drops back. He's going to fire deep. Has a man. It's a touchdown. Star Reeves. Big play, Upper Dublin up 21-0.
Well, you couldn't have called it better yourself, CJ. You said look for the big shot play. I was going to agree with you there, right? Sudden change situation, get the offense in there, go for it on the first play, and Upper Dublin goes for it, ladies and gentlemen. 20-0, 21 pending the PAT. Star Reeves. Zamborski's got a touchdown. Cerisier's got a touchdown. Reeves has got a touchdown. All 3 of them coming from Colin O'Sullivan's arm. And Upper Dublin is up 20-0 in this first quarter of a playoff game.
The extra point now. It's good. The Upper Dublin crowd comes alive as a big play by Colin O'Sullivan to Star Reeves. A 1-play offensive possession gives Upper Dublin a 21-0 lead with 2:21 left in the first.
I was like, you stand out bounds. If you want to talk to me, I'll talk to you. No, that's fine. Go move. But that's how big. All going away. All going to 6 months later, we had that little election. And I drank like 6 beers. I got to go. Because I didn't work at all. And I went up there and I'm like, yeah, Robert. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, still alive. Yeah, 21. They're arrogant. Arrogant.
Kickoff for the Cardinals. Hunter and Oliver back.
2:21 left in the first. Upper Dublin up 21-0. Colin O'Sullivan with the big pass there to Star Reeves. Reeves coming over from Chichester has made an immediate impact on this Upper Dublin offense. This kick is going to be taken at around the 8-yard line. And Academy Park needs an immediate response, and they need it right. I mean, as I said, immediate. They need it right now.
Yeah, they really do.
Try not to be redundant.
No, it was pretty good return there out to the 35, but after, 2 turnovers really defined this for this Academy Park team. The fumble on the first play from scrimmage and then the interception on the last drive. So this is a real problem here for Academy Park. You can't turn football over. You probably need 6 points here in a playoff game the way this Upper Dublin offense has been playing.
Upper Dublin has played an almost perfect game so far. 3 offensive drives, 3 offensive touchdowns, 3 defensive drives. Well, 1 stop and 2 turnovers.
That's a pretty good run there. Going to pick up 6 yards, though. So outside of those 2 turnovers, I will say this. Academy Park has moved the football a little bit on the ground, but there's no time really. I know it's still the first quarter, but eventually moving the ball on the ground is not really sustainable at this point in the game, especially the way UD is playing offensively.
Upper Dublin is like a freight train right now offensively, and defensively, it's not too much different. Pressing, so Upper Dublin expecting a run. They're going to press up with the defense, showing cover 3. That's what they're going to do. Drop back, 3 men back, and it's going to be another first down, some solid yardage.
Healthy pickup there for Academy Park across midfield, and they will keep the sticks moving there, taking advantage of the special teams play. Probably been the weakness of the 3 phases of the game for UD has been the special teams. It's not been terrible, but compared to the offense and defense, I would say it hasn't been as great. But Academy Park, again, this is a scrappy team. They will take advantage of what they get, what they're given, and they get a good return, and they're going to pick up a few first downs with it.
And I don't
A minute left in the first quarter. 21-0 Upper Dublin leads. They just got the massive touchdown pass by O'Sullivan to Reeves. It's going to be another carry and another solid gain. Still going and down after a close to first down.
Yeah, nice little pickup again there as Academy Park. They're getting down on the first down and getting the chains moving. So you can't really complain about this drive if you're a fan of the Knights, but you got to turn it into 6 points on the other end for sure.
Under a minute left. Offset gun. It's going to be a carry once again. Still having room, not down yet. And once again, first down.
I mean, I'm going to sound like a broken record. Sticks move. Nice little IU handoff there. Picks up 12, and we're going to go to the end of the first quarter. Upper Dublin in control. But Academy Park moving the football. End of the first quarter here in Fort Washington. Cardinals 21, Knights 0. We'll be back after the short break. We're back there. A little bit of questions there as Academy Park's going to get held up there. So something clearly happened there in the changeover on the quarter break as Academy Park's going to get saddled with a 2nd and 10 here.
Test.
And see a little bit of mic difficulty.
Yeah, we're on the wrong mics, but we got it now.
We're good now.
11:25 left in the half. Upper Dublin up 21-0. A good stop there defensively. Once again, it's going to be a carry. This is a read option, trying to find room, lowering the shoulder. No room to be had.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was just alluding to it a second ago. I don't know what happened on the changeover, but Upper Dublin's defensive line showing up there, not particularly fooled by the read option. Smartly goes for both ball carriers. That's exactly what you're supposed to do in that situation, or both potential ball carriers, I should say, and saddles them with a 3rd and 9. We were talking about it in the first quarter. You get this team in a 3rd and 9 kind of situation, and Upper Dublin's defense will eat you alive.
3rd down and 9. Ball on the 24 of Upper Dublin. This is pretty much the deepest the team has gone on their varsity defense in a while. It's going to be a pass. Looking. No one open. Scrambling. Trying to find room. And it's a fumble. Who has the ball? Let's see whose ball it is.
Fans think the Cardinals have it. It definitely came out at the game there.
Refs not singling. Now they are. Upper Dublin forces a 3rd turnover of the game, second in a row.
Can they turn it into the 3rd touchdown off turnovers, though? That's going to be the question here. As Colin O'Sullivan and the Cardinals offense will come out. Up 21-0 in the playoffs. 10 minutes to go in the first half.
Coach Stover's going to have to make a decision. Does he want to go up 40? Well, I shouldn't say that. Does he want to attempt to try to move fast and maybe be up 40 before the end of half, get a running clock before halftime even starts, or will we try to get up to 35 and have it start in the third quarter?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about this last week with the running clock. It certainly is something that matters for injuries, for just pace of play. You want to get a win and get out of town, especially in the playoffs. You want to just keep these games short when you're winning, and you're probably going to see Upper Dublin start running the football, probably get to 35, and then short in the second half. Upper Dublin's going to take a timeout to talk that over, and we'll take one with them. Cardinals up 21-0, 10 minutes to go in the first half.
Well, not right now. So, what we invite him with again.
Yeah, it's not picking up anything. First down and 10. Upper Dublin now going to look like they're going to go. And it's going to be a carry right up the middle. And they had Juju Campbell line up an outside receiver there. I was excited to see what would happen.
Yeah, just a little IU handoff. You shouldn't expect anything more from Upper Dublin here. They are winning by 3 scores and just going to try and keep the ball on the ground here, come up with a few more points before the second half comes in.
10 minutes left in the first half now. 2nd and 6 after a 4-yard gain on the ground. Now Campbell lined up at tight end, so really he's just been the flex here for Upper Dublin.
Everywhere
playing everywhere. It's going to be a carry outside, looking for the edge, cutting back in, now back out. What a carry, Nafis McIntyre. Have yourself a night, sir.
Yeah, IU handoff again. It's Upper Dublin's big play on this game. And he just gets to the outside and then cuts it right up. Once he sees a little bit of a gap, comes up with probably 9 or 10 extra yards than he quote-unquote should get on that kind of play. And Nafis McIntyre, for as much as we talk about Colin O'Sullivan, Nafis McIntyre week in, week out impresses me the most. He keeps getting better. Nafis McIntyre is a really special running back to watch, let me tell you.
Very special running back to watch. He is a senior, came here from Hatboro Horsham after his freshman year along with Colin and Kyrie and DJ. It's going to be another handoff to him, a counter, looking for room, and he's brought down after another solid carry.
Yeah, I mean, he just makes those kind of carries look easy. I don't know how else to explain it. That's not an easy carry, and yeah, there's a hole, but it's not a huge hole by the Upper Dublin offensive line. That's not a shot at them, but, I mean, Nafis McIntyre can really make something out of nothing in the running game, and he comes up with a 9-yard carry there, and it looks like he's just going out for a little jog.
In the gun now. Man in motion, it's Campbell. It's going to be another carry. Upper Dublin moving down the field very well with these carries to McIntyre, and they're just going to keep feeding the horse.
Yep, cuts it up again and moves the sticks. Inside the 40 now, potentially near field goal range. Looking to get to that magic number of 40 or 35 to get the running clock after half.
First down and 10. Upper Dublin up 21-0. 8:33 left in the first half. They have the ball at the 39-yard line of Academy Park. Snap, play action. It fired, incomplete.
Yeah, not really ever open was DJ Cerisier. I like the idea to go to play action, but defender was in man coverage. Cerisier, yeah, maybe there was a chance to get the ball in there, but good on O'Sullivan not allowing any interception or anything at this stage of the game.
2nd and 10 now. Upper Marion over Strathaven right now, 3-0. Game still early. Strathaven in that Upper Dublin type of hemisphere with how their team's been this year. One of the top teams in 5A. 8:19 left in the first half. O'Sullivan rolling out to his right, looking for a man. He's just going to take a little dump off, and it's going to be a solid gain there to Zamborski, trying to set up for a third and manageable.
Yeah, nice little work there by O'Sullivan, finding his guy there and coming up with some nice yardage.
Upper Dublin at the 32-yard line.
3rd and 3 for Upper Dublin. Ball at the 32-yard line. O'Sullivan gets the call from Coach Stover. Stover's done an amazing job building this offense through Colin for the last few years. Got Colin as a sophomore, and he started since he's been a sophomore. Campbell in the backfield. It's going to be a pass. Looking. O'Sullivan rolls out. Play action, or pumps, fires, caught, still up, touchdown!
Star Reeves gets open, and even though it looks like he was down there, but turns it around, gets a touchdown. 27-0. About to be 28 with the extra point, and could make it. Running clock before even half.
The big test will be,
7:25 left. Upper Dublin with another big passing touchdown. O'Sullivan, 4 passing touchdowns in the first half. That has to be the most of his career so far in the first half. It's the most that I remember, at least, for the first half for O'Sullivan. 7:25, like I just said, left in the first. And Academy Park is on the ropes.
We would also like to acknowledge the 2022 Upper Dublin Cardinals marching unit under the direction of Caitlin Gallagher. We thank the band and cheerleaders for their constant support of Upper Dublin athletics.
Fans chanting Upper Dublin. See fans on the Academy Park side starting to file out. Pendleton, his kick is going to be into the end zone, so that's a touchback for Upper Dublin. And once again, this defense trying to force a 4th turnover potentially. 3 first half turnovers, and you have to wonder where this game would be without the turnovers, because
Well, they've really been the story. I don't know how else to explain it. Three turnovers turning into 21 points off turnovers. So Upper Dublin has taken advantage of all of it.
obviously the first turnover was on the first play of the game, but the last turnover, Academy Park was really driving. They were mounting a good drive, and then the quarter break happened. Upper Dublin makes a few stops, and suddenly it's fumbled.
Yeah, and I mean, when not turning the ball over, Academy Park has been able to move the ball at times.
Academy Park looking for some room, just going to run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Probably the safest play the quarterback could have made.
Yeah, certainly is. And that play is obviously not a great example of what we were just saying. But Academy Park has ran the ball effectively. Now, you have to wonder how much they can do that here, down 28 points in a playoff game. But, no, they have shown an ability at least to move the football a little bit. So we'll see if there's more of that on this drive.
7-14, Upper Dublin up by 4 touchdowns. Not too much to complain about if you're on the Upper Dublin side, and Academy Park had to come in. Maybe this can spark the Academy Park offense again.
Well, they haven't changed their game plan despite the scoreboard. They are still looking to run the football here, and they have moved the sticks while doing it. So the question is, will they be able to convert that into points? We shall see.
Clock running. Under 7 minutes left in the first half. It's going to be another run. Solid hole created. Bouncing outside, and once again, first down, Carter.
Yeah, they're running the football all over the field. It's very Upper Dublin-esque, outside, inside, outside the numbers, inside the numbers, inside the hashes, outside the hashes. And right now they're really controlling the pace of play when they're holding the football, at least until they turn the football over, which they have done. At this point, they've been driving and turned the football over, so they're not immune to it.
Academy Park has done a good job moving the football against Upper Dublin. Once again, they get it past midfield. We are going to have a timeout, so we're going to take a quick break. Going to come back very shortly. 6:24 left in the first half. Upper Dublin 28, Academy Park nothing. Back now, 6:21 left here in the first half. It was a special timeout, so now the clock is going to run when the ball is put down. And once again, trying to run to the outside, gets past Hackett, and still going forward, charging, and that's got to be close to a first down. Academy Park, wow. They have shown an ability to move the ball, and if they can continue with it, maybe you have something here. The issue is you're down 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, you're down 4 touchdowns, and the clock is certainly not your friend, even though it is still the first half. Upper Dublin's defensive line, I mean, what Academy Park has done is they've gotten out of the business of running inside the hashes, and now they're focused a little more outside, which has shown them some benefits here, and they're able to get to the sidelines there, stop the clock a little bit, and it is a way to move the football even though they're down.
It's going to be a bubble screen pass. Looking for room. Going to find some. Stiff arms a man down. Falls with him.
Certainly a big tackle there, big collision. And Upper Dublin's going to come up with some they're going to have to do some soul searching here to stop this offense, who has now crossed the 35 on them on 2 consecutive drives.
We'll see if Academy Park can continue the momentum, trying to get it into the end zone, past the 40-yard line in Upper Dublin territory. It's going to be another run, and it's going to almost be fumbled. I think that ball was coming out. Shine Roberts was able to grab the back of the uniform of the running back, Carter, and was able to just pull him back, essentially.
Yeah, and it's talking about staying ahead of the sticks there. That's how they have moved the football, when they've stayed ahead of the sticks. But as soon as they've gotten behind them, they've had trouble. 2nd and 11 here. This is a huge play going towards the complexion of this football game, at least in the first half.
I would keep running it, honestly. I would not mess with the pass.
Yeah,
Even if they stop you here, I'd run it on 3rd down again. I would try to get it. I'd play this like 4-down territory. You're down 4. This is go big or go home.
I kind of agree. I'm very much with you there.
It's going to be a read option. Trying to find some room. There is a flag.
I'm assuming a hold just based on when the call came in.
Face mask.
Wow.
That was looked like a pretty clean wrap-up.
I thought it was okay.
Going to be a face mask, so first down.
Didn't even hesitate, too, to make that call.
Ref sees it. It's going to be called. No
Sure.
point to argue. It's not like we have a
No,
replay system.
Sure.
15-yard penalty. First down for the Knights.
A potential drive-saving call there for the Knights of Academy Park. Clock starts running now at 4:18. If you're just joining us, Upper Dublin up 28-0 off the back of 3 defensive turnovers forced. First one was on the first play of the game. The next 2 were a interception and then a fumble. Academy Park has shown they're able to move the ball in Upper Dublin. Meanwhile, Upper Dublin has not been able to be stopped offensively. It's a low snap, picked up in time, trying to find space off the little quick pass, still running forward, and once again, a solid gain. And now they're doing it through the air with what you were saying earlier, those extended runs.
Yeah, those extended runs, long handoffs, whatever you want to call them, they have worked for, at first it was Upper Dublin, and now it is Academy Park who is trying to take advantage of that kind of a play.
First down called.
Yeah, first down on the field. Looking to score a touchdown, stay in this football game a little longer.
We're going to get a timeout charge. Upper Dublin. So we'll be right back. 3:29 left in the first half.
Looking to do the soul searching they did on the changeover.
Test. You got it. Make the call, Jake.
Here we go, first down and 10 after the drive-saving penalty. It's going to be a long screen, and it's broken up. Upper Dublin on the changeover when Academy Park was moving the ball. They were able to get 2 stops and then a turnover. Here, Academy Park's been driving on them the length of the field. They take a timeout, and they come out of the timeout with a big defensive stop as I welcome back CJ.
That big hit there by Cole Brenner might have caused a little bit of alligator arms. Heard the footsteps and was dropped. A little bit of a high pass, though. And Academy Park, I think you just got to keep going with what you've been doing. Don't worry about the Upper Dublin adjustments. You just got to keep running your offense because that's shown to be the most successful game plan they've had.
You know, the way they've moved the football today. Another.
Once again, run, cuts in, and going to find some solid yardage. Average carry this year for Carter has been 7.7 yards, so this is not necessarily a surprise for the Academy Park.
Yeah, big third down here. You have to assume you're in 4-down territory just based on the time in the game. 3 minutes to go in the first half, down 28. So it'll be interesting how they try and play this.
Play clock running down. Yeah, see players rushing down to get it snapped. Under 10 seconds on the play clock. 5 seconds now. Once again, it's going to be a read option. Looking, brought down, and they're going to call it a... Oh, I know. There were opposing signs.
Yeah, looks like one person was calling it short and the other was calling it a first.
The back judge was the one that broke it up, said first down.
Yeah, looked first live. Going to be a first down. Going to get 4 shots at the end zone here as the half wanes.
Upper Dublin hits the defensive line together, going to goal line defense. And Academy Park has to take a timeout. Once again, not able to get it relayed fast enough, and this is something that's pretty detrimental considering there's less than 3 minutes left in the first half. You got to get these plays off quick. You can't be wasting time.
No, for sure not.
Exactly 2 minutes left here in the first half. Tomorrow it's cross country. Got Gus Platt, Matt Castronova participating in states for the boys. Soccer season's ended last week. Both teams, boys and girls, both made it to the second round of the playoffs. Girls falling 1-0 to Conestoga, best team in the state. First and goal from the 2-yard line. And it's going to be a stop there on the first play. Jake's going to take over for me for a second.
Yeah, we're dealing with a little bit of issues up here, but we'll be okay. Minute 45 to go here as it'll be second and goal as CJ has taken my phone, which is a bit peculiar, but I'm sure I'll be back. 1:30 and no real urgency, it seems, out of this this Knights team. Looking to get a touchdown here to end the half. It will be Upper Dublin who gets the ball to start the second half, as here we go with the run, and it's broken up. Almost didn't even get a handoff in there. Shine Roberts is in there for the huge play as it's a big third down now. Again, in 4-down territory. CJ should be coming back soon. Under a minute in the ball game, or in the half, excuse me. Third down as we get some whistles. Timeout on the field. Timeout on the field as we will sort some things out. We welcome CJ back to the booth.
Had to deal with some monkey business, but now we're back. And, wow, good stop here by Upper Dublin, still going. And they're going to call it incomplete. So
that's probably the right call. Never really had it. It's going to set up a fourth down there. I thought they were going to go back to the run again. You missed a run. That was absolutely blown up by Shine Roberts. But a big fourth down here. Keep the first half shutout on the board here for the Cardinals.
32 seconds left here in the first half. Upper Dublin will get the ball to start the third quarter.
Fourth down and goal. 5 yards to go.
The Upper Dublin athletic trainer, Mrs. Katie Bartosik, getting the fans excited for this, trying to hype up the crowd. Coach and quarterback conferencing over what they want to do here on fourth down. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a timeout here by Academy Park. They still have 2 remaining. 9 seconds left on the play clock, and there's the timeout. We're going to stick with you here. Jake, what are you doing if you're Academy Park? Do you go for it? Do you kick?
You got to go for it.
Okay, so you go for it.
You go for it, and you run
And what do you do?
It's a short little pick play, something the Patriots loved with Edelman and Amendola. You get the little separation, get the ball in there, even if it's like all lateral. You get the little bit of pick play, the tight end gets upfield, and you kind of try and sneak in for the touchdown. I'm a big fan of the pick play down here in this part of the field. What do you think, CJ?
Well, it's a tough call here. I want to say to kick the field goal, but in this situation, I do think you have to go for it. So I agree. You go for it. Now, what do you do if you go for it? What should you do? I think you got to stick with your bread and butter.
Really?
I think Upper Dublin will not be ready at all for the outside run.
You know what?
I think you go for an outside zone run.
I was trying to think get the ball involved in the passing game with that kind of a pick play.
What has worked for this team has been them sticking to their game plan. And you ride or die with your game plan. This is the last game of the year. So either you go with your game plan or you try to do some Philly special type of play. And it's a timeout party. Upper Dublin going to take a timeout now.
We'll stick with you through this one, too. What do you think Upper Dublin's calling the timeout for here, CJ?
Well, they're trying to game plan something here. Probably they're going to give out 2 plays, and depending on the look, that's the one they'll go with. This gives us some time to talk about some other things. Saw the Phillies game last night. Tough loss, 3-2. Now, did you watch the game?
I did. It's been a great series. I also watched. I was flipping back and forth between the Phillies, Astros, and the other Houston-Philadelphia game.
I barely watched the Eagles. I'll be 1,000% honest.
You know what? That's fair. I heard a lot of people talking about having double screens set up. It was a good day for sports yesterday for sure.
Well, it was an okay day. I'd much rather a Phillies win than an Eagles last night.
Well, that's certainly fair. I can't argue with that.
But 8-0, I'm not going to complain. Your Giants on buy-in. Well, your Yankees eliminated.
Don't want to talk about I'll talk about the Giants with you. 6-2 football team. Looks like we're going to be okay this year. Be a playoff team.
Yeah, the
probably.
Saquon show showing out.
Yeah, for sure. Philadelphia looks really good though with A.J. Brown and Jalen
Back
Hurts.
now.
Here we go.
Here we go. It is going to be a pass. Looking, firing, wheel route, incomplete.
He had his man. He had the running back on the outside of it. If he gets rid of the football, instead of going high for the wheel route, if he went for a little bit of a flat play, he had a shot to get to the pylon. I don't love when he released the ball. I like the idea of going for that kind of a pass to the running back. Probably should have gotten rid of it in a second earlier, and Upper Dublin will take over of 28-0. Probably kneel it out and get to the locker room, get the ball to start the second half.
A kind of North Dakota State type of wheel route play. They love running that with their backs down near the end zone. Not a bad play call.
For sure.
Had the play, almost made the play, but Upper Dublin, good defensive breakup. And
Yeah,
like
let
you
the
said,
defender close on that. I would have gotten rid of the ball a little earlier. Can't let the defender close.
V formation, that'll take us into the second half. Upper Dublin, 28. Meanwhile, it's nothing for Academy Park. Domination at Cardinals Stadium. We go into the second half. Cardinals up top. Go to the bathroom. Popcorn, you know the saying.
A 28-0 lead over the Academy Park Knights. My name is Zach Holmlin, and we will be joined here by Braxton Gans. So with the return is Shine Roberts. He will break a few tackles and bring it all the way up to the 40. And Upper Dublin starts their second half with very good field position.
Yeah, you know, it's something that we got used to in the first half. Academy Park, when they had the ball, they didn't have it for long. A lot of fumbles, a pick or two, and Upper Dublin just had the ball the majority of the time, as reflected by the 28-0 score.
I will say, though, that Academy Park was very close to scoring a couple times. I'm pretty sure they fumbled the ball twice within the red zone. And the third time they threw a pick, or they were stopped about 30 yards short and had a punt.
Yeah, but this is nothing less than what I expected. The 10-0 Cardinals versus the 3-7 Knights.
Definitely. So here we have a false start. Upper Dublin will move them 5 yards back. 1st and 15.
But, you know, even though they're 3-7, most of the games that Academy Park has lost, it's only been by a short margin, maybe a touchdown or two.
That's true.
I was doing a bit of scouting at Academy Park versus Chester last weekend, final game of their season. It was pretty close up until the fourth quarter against the 9-1 Chester High School team.
They have looked like one of the better teams that Upper Dublin's faced this year, I would think, even though they are 3-7. Anyways, O'Sullivan takes a snap, hands off to McIntyre, gets a block, gets the corner, but will only gain a few.
You know, Upper Dublin's been just a bit more comfortable with the run game today. They've been breaking through a lot of holes. A couple big passes, don't get me wrong, but the run game's just been clicking.
2 long passes to Star Reeves in the first half were really the biggest plays of the game so far.
Yeah, you know, he's a new addition here, transferred the end of last year. Wasn't able to play the first few games. Obviously, that didn't affect Upper Dublin much, but he's just made it a whole lot better since he started playing.
For sure. He's a really, really good deep ball threat. Something that Upper Dublin didn't have a whole lot of during most of the season, but now during the playoffs, they're really coming together in that area of the game. Anyways, another handoff will get them down to about the 45.
Yeah, you know, Upper Dublin did win the Continental Cup. They had their best season in years, led by senior quarterback Colin O'Sullivan, who had a great season, along with all the other players, not just the seniors, but everybody who's contributed this year.
Yes. To add on to that, the senior core this year has been very, very strong.
Oh, yeah, very deep. You got Pensabine, you got Cerisier, O'Sullivan,
Reeves,
Hackett, McNeil,
and many more, yeah.
a lot.
Anyways, Cerisier gets the pass here and finds a hole, picks up a lot of yards on that 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, you know, I'm just thinking back to that first Upper Dublin game. Even though they won, it might have been the sloppiest game of football I've ever seen. They've just come such a far way. There were so many. They gave up so many fumbles and interceptions that game. It's just a whole different brand of Upper Dublin football now.
They really have. I wasn't at that game, but I still remember like watching the game, and there's a lot of penalties on Upper Dublin they really did not want.
Yeah,
whereas right now, this game, they've had very, very few penalties. That false start at the beginning of the drive was one of the only ones they've had all game, which really shows how far they've come.
The first half, they had a few penalties, a bit more than there should actually, but this Academy Park team had most of them.
That's true. They certainly play very tough, and the penalties will show that. Anyways, we had Nafis with another 5-yard pickup there.
Yeah, and they're a very big team. They got a lot of big boys on this team, not afraid to make a tackle. They can make a big impact defensively, too. Just haven't been able to do that so far this game.
Yep. Just another reminder that if Upper Dublin can get a touchdown here with an extra point, they'll be up 35, making it a running clock for the rest of the game. Anyways, back to the action. Cerisier catches a pass, makes a move, and that's going to be a touchdown. What an incredible move by Cerisier to break a dude's ankles, break another dude's ankles after that, and then get into the end zone for the 6.
Yeah, you know, just took that Academy Park player by surprise. Looks like he had no clue what was going on. He was expecting Cerisier to continue breaking down the sideline, was ready to shove him out of bounds. Cerisier faked the right and then cut to the left. Just a great play overall. Neither players were expecting it and just caught them off balance.
It's incredible. The duo of Star Reeves and DJ Cerisier is just so hard for teams to stop because they're both insanely fast, and guarding one of them is tough enough, but having to guard both of them is very tough. And Academy Park has definitely not figured out a way to guard both of them this game yet.
And we're back to this game. It's 9 minutes left in the third quarter. We have a 35-0 Upper Dublin score. Upper Dublin's just dominated this game so far. It hasn't even been close. A lot of turnovers. Not a lot of offense on Academy Park side as we get ready for this kickoff.
Here's Pendleton. His kickoff will go very far, as most of his kickoffs have. Fielded, and it's a pretty decent return before he's hit by Star Reeves and knocked down around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, you know what? This new kicker, Pendleton, he's a senior this year, but he's done a great job filling in the place
really
of our own CJ's favorite player, Owen Carl, who was one of the best kickers Upper Dublin's ever seen. And he's done a pretty good job filling in his role. He has a pretty decent range for his field goal. Doesn't miss a lot of his kicks. Missed a few in the first game, but I guess just first game jitters. Has been pretty much perfect since then. Not many missed kicks.
Yep. It's really amazing how far he's come over the season.
Yeah.
Last, I want to say 5-6 games, he's rarely missed an extra point.
Or a field goal. And
Or a field goal, yeah,
and
that's
he's had
right.
some pretty deep kickoffs to about the
That's
2
true.
yard line, 1 yard line.
Flag on the play.
Story of this game so far.
Delay of game. Surprised they didn't want to call a timeout before that one. But that will push them back 5.
Yeah, it must have been the crowd noise. I'm just kidding there. We have a very small student section tonight. About half of Upper Dublin School is out with the flu.
It's unfortunate.
Luckily, it hasn't affected this football team much. They're not missing many players, if any.
Nice pass there. He hits the star of Academy Park, number 7, Terrence Oliver, for about a 20-yard gain. Oliver has had a lot of the offense in the first half, and we'll probably see a lot of the same in the second half. They really like using him as many ways as possible. They got him with a couple pitches, a pass there, and a lot of handoffs.
Yeah, despite the score, they were moving the ball downfield just a bit, but they were just turnover after turnover at the Upper Dublin 30-yard line, 20-yard line. They just kept getting to the red zone, but nothing they could make of it there.
Another impressive run out of Oliver. Upper Dublin trying to take the ball out of his hands, but won't succeed. Yeah.
Nope, they will. Looks like they are, yes.
Yep. At quarterback is number 1, Darrell Fields for Academy Park. We haven't seen him throw a lot, but when he has thrown, he's had some decent throws. A really, really nice move there from Oliver, and he will pick up a few. That looked like it was going to be a loss for sure, but nice move, got him a few out of nothing.
Yeah, you know, Kyrie Butler, he's been one of the biggest threats defensively for Upper Dublin. Had a lot of sacks, had a lot of pancakes this year. He's being double teamed by 2 big boys right now. He hasn't had many opportunities so far. He's made a couple nice plays, but other than that, nothing much. As he gets through right now.
Yep.
What happened here?
A little confused at what happened. It looked like Niles Bun McNeil sacked Fields.
Must have got the handoff.
It looks like he somehow got the ball away at the last second.
And the The Knights quarterback is limping. Let's hope all is good there.
Yes.
That was a weird play. I thought that they got the sack clearly, but must have
I
handed it
definitely
off.
did.
Looks like that wasn't even a desired man. Yeah, an eligible man.
Mm-hmm.
No, they were just telling him to move off the field, looks like maybe. Nope. Yep.
Sideline warning for Upper Dublin.
Yeah, but it looked like maybe a offensive lineman that got the ball.
Yeah.
He was
That's
pretty
right.
big, yeah.
That's
That's why it confused me. I thought he was just running, and I saw.
me too.
Yeah.
Anyways, Fields takes the snap, hands it off once again, and that time Oliver will get swallowed up by the Upper Dublin defense.
And
Hackett, Bun McNeil combine
much
to make
easier
a
to read that
tackle.
play.
Definitely. So, after an unexpected first down pickup from Academy Park and a stop there, 2nd and 12. Once again, Oliver will start in the backfield, but the ball will not go to him. Instead, it will go to number 18. That is Christian Rogers.
Yeah, just about this team is where Upper Dublin starts to, with about 4 minutes left in this third quarter,
Yep.
it's about the time where Upper Dublin starts to try and rotate in some of their bench players. Our very own
Yep.
Eric Berman.
Definitely hope to see him tonight at some
Oh,
point.
yeah.
We probably will. Maybe this quarter. Most definitely the next, though.
Yeah, 35-0 score. You don't want to risk getting your star players and starting players hurt
Definitely.
for the next round.
Next round of the playoffs will be either against the 8 seed or 9 seed. I forget what the playoff bracket looks like, but either ways, and that's a nice pass there.
I believe one of those is Upper Moreland. I'm not sure who the
Yep.
other is. Upper Moreland, right next door to us, not far.
It's really not far, yeah. Anyways,
they have a
Upper
nice
Dublin
team.
will probably be playing a team that's somewhat better than Academy Park. So,
Just a bit.
just a bit. Maybe not a lot,
I
but
believe Upper Moreland maybe has 2 losses on the season. They're definitely a very good team.
yep. Even though we are the number 1 seed in this district playoff football tournament, there definitely are some good teams to watch out for
Yeah, I mean
that we could be
Chester,
facing in the next couple weeks.
Chester, Upper Moreland,
Yep.
PW, all good teams.
Yes.
Lost to PW in the playoffs last year as we have a flag
What an
on the
incredible
play.
game. Anyways, false start on
Offense.
Academy Park, and that's on a 4th down 2.
Wow,
That's now
that
they're
really
going from a
sucks.
4th and 1 to a 4th and 6. That is absolutely huge.
Now here's the question: will they go for the field goal? We haven't seen one yet from them. Looks like they're going to keep the offense on. I mean, they're down 35-0. Why not just go for it?
Yeah. Also, the field goal from there would be about 45 yards, give or take. So they probably don't have a kicker that can reach that.
And I've seen kickers make that. I mean,
We have. We actually saw it.
Souderton.
Yeah, in
They
Souderton
kicked it for
game.
about a 55-yarder, maybe. 53-yarder. I don't know. That was
Something around there.
That was a pretty far kick.
Anyways, timeout here from Academy Park, and we'll take one with you. Fourth and 6 here for Academy Park. Another timeout from Upper Dublin.
We're going to stay on with you this time.
We will stand with you this time. Brex and I were just discussing how Brian Portney now holds the school record for the longest punt.
Yeah, 65 yards.
65 yards.
Owen Carl never had a punt like that. He's more high punts. They were a bit more on an arc.
Yep.
Portney is about a 35-yard punt. Rolled about another 30 yards.
Well,
Still a good punt.
I forget what happened, but yes, even though there's a lot of rolls, still a very, very impressive punt from him a couple games ago. I'm pretty sure I was fortunate enough at that time to be on the mic to call that, and it was certainly a cool moment for Broadcasting Club, as he's one of our members. Helps us out a lot with basketball in the winter and also volleyball in the spring usually.
And normally the only one that does volleyball.
I did last year for a game, and Jake
Well,
did too, actually.
You can expect the rest of the year. You can expect some basketball in a couple of weeks. You
Yeah.
can expect some baseball. You can expect some.
Oh, bad snap here on a 4th down. Oh, and it's fumbled.
Oh.
And the ball is picked up from Hackett. Hackett powers forward, and Upper Dublin will take over on the 30-yard line.
And we have a Academy Park
And we
player
have
down.
an Academy Park player down. We will turn the camera away from him. So,
That was like a 30-yarder.
so
Much like Portney's
Yeah.
punt, that rolled a very far away.
it did.
Official timeout for injury.
We'll be right back.
Yep.
From the Academy Park 29-yard line.
All right. We are back after that injury timeout. Upper Dublin with it at the Academy Park 30-yard line. Very good field position. Sullivan with Nafis McIntyre in the backfield. McIntyre takes the handoff, picks up a couple yards before he's tackled on the outside.
Yeah, and as we talked before, O'Sullivan has had a great season. Before this game, he's had 24 touchdowns. He averages about 15.3 yards a play, and it's had a almost 700 catch percent rate.
Completion percentage, you mean?
Says catch on here. I'm going to say that.
I think completion percentage is the regular term. Anyways, that
I
was
can argue with the paper.
Anyways, that was Taquan Cuff on the tackle, the senior cornerback, and brings up a 2nd and 10 pretty much. Sullivan hands it up to McIntyre again, and he has a hole this time, and really nice run there. Picks up a 1st down for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that was a great run. Yeah, it's like a big leap over the over the Academy Park player. Another first down just around the 19-yard line of the Knights.
And once again, Upper Dublin is knocking on the door of scoring, as they're inside the red zone for pretty much the 6th time of the day. So in the backfield is Juju Campbell and Nafis McIntyre. Nafis takes it, waits patiently, finds a spot to run, and will grind out about 6 or 7 yards. Really good pickup there, considering that for a second it looked like he had nothing or nowhere to go.
And that is the end of the third quarter.
Third quarter will come to an end of this playoff game. The score is 35 Upper Dublin, 0 Academy Park.
Let's hope to see some Eric Berman action this quarter.
Hopefully, yeah.
Maybe some Beatport action too.
Very possible. All right.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Yep.
And we're back for the start of the fourth quarter. Upper Dublin has great ball position just outside the 10-yard line. They take an inside handoff, and he's brought down. Looks about no game. It was McIntyre. I'm now joined by Noah Gibbs. What do you think of the game so far, Noah?
I mean, no surprise here. It's looks to be another dominant win here by the Upper Dublin Cardinals, up 35-0 against the Academy Park Knights. I mean, this game's pretty much already over.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great season so far. Pretty much the story of the season for Upper Dublin. O'Sullivan's running back into the huddle after speaking it over with Stover. We have a 3rd and 4 here. Just past inside the red zone, and
I mean,
just close to the end zone. Shotgun formation. It's an inside handoff to number 44. He gets a couple yards. It's going to be good enough for a first down. Not a touchdown, though. It's going to be at the 6-yard line, it looks like. It was Campbell. The chains will move, and it'll be 1st and goal. About 6 yards to go for a touchdown.
I mean, hopefully they'll score here again, and hopefully we'll get to see Kevin Ecken here at quarterback, the sophomore.
Yeah, Ekin, Berman, Portney. A lot of the players who normally might not see the field will probably start on varsity next year. We're losing a very heavy senior class this year.
Yeah, and possibly Kevin Ecken could be the starting quarterback here next year.
Once again, shotgun formation. McNeil lined up. McIntyre lined up in the back. It's a fumbled snap. O'Sullivan comes down with it before anything can happen. That'll push them back to the 14-yard line. So now it's going to be 1st and goal from the 14.
And even though it's 35-0, you still do not want to make those sloppy mistakes like that.
Yeah, you know, at this point, it kind of turns into getting mentally prepared for next game, whoever that might be, as we said, possibly Upper Moreland.
Yep, I mean, each game is going to get tougher and tougher as it goes on.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, Upper Dublin, though the 1 seed, there are some very, very, very good teams in this playoff bracket in the terms of Chester, Upper Moreland, PW. You never know what might happen.
Yep, that's right. In the playoffs, anything can happen. Playoffs are full of surprises.
McIntyre behind O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan passes it, runs it inside. He stays up with it for about 5 more yards, and now it's going to be, once again, 3rd and goal at about the 5-yard line. It's about the third play in a row that we've seen that exact formation. We've seen Campbell next to O'Sullivan and McIntyre in the back. And it's been pretty much the same play, an inside run to Campbell. We see the same formation again.
Yeah, I mean, Campbell's a big dude, so he can power it in there for a touchdown.
Yeah, lined up on the right side of O'Sullivan. Look for him. He switches to the left now. Sullivan snaps it, instead goes to McIntyre. McIntyre stiff arms him in, gets very close to the end zone. He's probably at the 5-yard line, maybe exactly the 5-yard line. It's going to be 4th and goal at the 5, and Pendleton looks like he's going to stay on the sideline. So we're going to see a 4th and goal attempt from O'Sullivan. Upper Dublin, after just talking it over, getting all the plays right, they got to get this right for 4th and 5. Same formation as always. It's an inside handoff to Campbell. Campbell gets past him in. Might have got in. We'll see. No, he's short, and he's pushed back to exactly where he started. So it's going to be a turnover on downs. The Knights are going to get the ball at their own 5-yard line. We'll be right back. And our favorite player, Eric Berman, is on the field, 27, closest to you.
And hey, he's got 2 interceptions this year for Varsity, so hopefully we'll see a 3rd.
Oh yeah, so this backup quarterback for the Knights come onto the field. Snap is taken, it's an inside handoff, gets a few yards, just gets out of the end zone, so no safety. Yeah, on the last play that we turned away from it was the quarterback who was down, looked like maybe an ankle or ACL injury. So the backup is now onto the field. That's just a terrible way to end the season. Final game for them, most likely, almost certainly at this point.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully their starting quarterback is okay. Even though they're on the opposing team, you always hope a player's healthy.
Yeah, and there's a timeout on the field, so we're going to be right back. And we're back for 2nd and 7, Academy Park on the just past the goal line. Once again, Berman lined up corner position. He's guarding 42, maybe 72. Can't tell from here. Here's the snap. Quarterback looks, tries to fire it, and it's out of bounds. That was an attempted pass. That would have been good for a first down if caught. Just not so great of a pass. Too low to the ground.
Third quarter.
Yeah, and again, we were talking about before, it's Upper Moreland versus Great Valley. Winner will play us. It's Upper Moreland up 21-17 in the third quarter. Here's the snap. Handoff into the middle of pretty good gain there, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. The chains will move. So it's going to be the Knights ball now at the 12-yard line.
Pretty nice carry there by 22.
Yeah, just found the hole and took it for about 10 yards there. Shotgun formation for the Knights. Running back lined up on the left side of this quarterback.
How about throw it to number 32 and Eric Berman intercepts it?
But it's an inside run, and that's about a 3-yard gain, maybe 4. So another second down.
And here we go, 2nd and 5 at the about the 16, 17-yard line here for the Knights. Looking, hopefully getting something going here. And there's a fumble here, and looks like the Knights still have it.
Yeah, the run play worked for them about the past 3 plays. They got a first down in a few yards. Definitely working better than the passing game right now. And definitely the bench players have started to come onto the field. They want to save the starters for next round against what right now would be Upper Moreland. They're up by 4 in the third quarter. So if they can stay with that lead, they're about a 2-loss team, very good team. They will play us next round. All games for Upper Dublin in this district tournament are home.
3rd and 4 here at the 17-yard line. The Knights are in shotgun formation. Probably is going to be a pass here, and it's a run. And no gainage at all there. And I was wrong.
Not studying the books enough.
Now this is my first time, so I'll watch more football though. And 4th and 4 here. I mean, what are you gonna do? Just go for it. Obviously, you got nothing to lose here.
Well, it looks like Academy Park will beg to differ with you.
Now I think I gotta be right here. This has to be a pass.
I really doubt that.
There we go. It's 4th and 5 here again at the 17-yard line. Quarterback under center here.
It's not the quarterback. That is the punter.
Oh,
Not watching enough football.
there's Jordan Fields here, the sophomore, and he gets no gain there.
And we'll be right back. When did he come to our school?
And in comes the sophomore here, Kasim Miller-Davis. And in comes a few more sophomores here for Upper Dublin. We got number 5, Kevin Ecken at quarterback, number 88 at wide receiver, Wesley Gill, and number 41 at running back, Jordan Fields, and at 71 at guard, Kasim Miller-Davis.
I don't see Eric Berman on the field, so that does make me a bit sad. But you know,
Probably going to run it here since they're up by so much. And they're going to run it to Fields. And he loses a few yards there. Probably about 2 yards he loses.
you know, it's just as CJ would say, taking the chicken out of the oven and putting it in the slow cooker. All you can do is wait. Only 3 minutes left. 35-0 game. This game is out of reach for the Knights, so it's just a waiting game now.
We go about 2nd and 12 here at the 38-yard line. Here we go in shotgun formation. It's a handoff to Fields again. And he might have lost a yard or two there.
Yeah, he stayed up for a while. He was trying to fight forward. He was obviously going nowhere. He had like 3 men on him. But he put up a good fight.
Yep, 3rd and 4, about 3rd and 13 here. 3rd and 15 actually.
Yeah, it clock's down to about 2 minutes now. Hope Dublin can get a first down here. I'm just gonna call this game over. Just kneel the ball, and it's pretty much over.
Shotgun formation again. Looks like the same formation here with the 2 running backs. Takes a snap, and it's a run again to Fields. And I think he might have got finally some positive yards here, although it's not many. He might have got a yard.
You know, I was really looking to see a pass to Wes Gill. He's a sophomore JV player. Probably hasn't got many balls towards him this year. But, you know, I like to see the newer players. He's a first-year player like Eric Berman. I like to see the newer players get some chances, as they are the future of this team.
And I'm very disappointed to see that Eric Berman is not on the field right now.
Yeah.
Might be a pass here, though. It's 4th and
Going
14.
for it, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a run. I mean, only a minute left. There's virtually take off about 30 seconds here. 30 seconds left if there's a turnover for the Knights.
And the same formation again, probably the same play. Hopefully I'm right here. Oh, and it's a handoff to Fields. And he... I don't think he gained a yard there. And it's a turnover on downs here. The Knights will take over at about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, so about 43 seconds left. All Academy Park can do now is just hope to not get shut out. Maybe just try and end the game on a positive note for a score.
Yep, that's right.
And now we see Eric Berman in the game.
Woohoo!
The clock is counting down. We're at 35-34 now. Academy Park seems to be in no rush to do anything.
Might not even snap the ball here.
Well, the play clock hasn't even started yet.
Yep. 1st and 10 here for the Knights at the 35-yard line.
And this looks like it's definitely going to be the final play of the game. No doubt about that. You know what I like? I want to see them go deeper. I just want to see a ball heavily contested. That's the fun type of football I like seeing.
Yep. Hail Mary here.
Why not?
Yep, that's right.
Oh, fake run, and the quarterback keeps
QB
it.
QB run here. He's going to get about 4 yards, and this game is over. And Upper Dublin is moving on to round 2 of the District 1 playoffs after a dominant 35-0 win.
So Upper Dublin keeps their flawless record this year. As Noah just said in the 35-0 game, special thanks to Mr. Tranis, Mr. Squirry, and everybody who makes this productions possible tonight. We'll see you next week either against Upper Dublin or Great Valley. Thank you.